Saddle up, everybody, for the final two epic weekends of the UCI Mountain Bike World Cup. It is crunch time for all of our elite riders, and what better arena than this? We're here in Lake Placid, a place with a huge Olympic legacy, as well as the honour of sharing its name with a cheesy 90s horror movie. And for the very first time, this place is going to be welcoming world champions to the tracks of Mount Van Hoevenberg for the very first time on the World Cup. We're going to have all of the action this weekend. You're not going to want to miss a minute.
Here is the track then. They head uphill, swing left. Really fast little section back down here. We did see attacks launched from this lower section off the course during the under-23s races yesterday, and then a big start-finish rate. And if it does come to a sprint for a line, it is slightly uphill, slightly awkward. And then they go. Green, Schwarzbar, an amazing start down the centre. Blevins getting swallowed up slightly on the right-hand side. They're all off the line safely.
Yeah, bad start for Gaze on the left-hand side. Just got bulked a little bit by Colombo, put him in the grass.
Yeah, there's like a little ridge off the side of the asphalt as well, where you can get onto that grass and get into trouble. But as I say, they are all the way smoothly. Alan Haverly looking really good at the front, as is Victor Koretsky in the white and rainbow stripes of the UCI World Champion. A lot of stress to get to this first rock garden in a good position. We saw in the women's race a couple of crashes there, and you really want to be in that front 10 going into it. Track dry, and now that outside line works. It's been touch and go throughout the week, but really warm and dry outside now, so it is on. But this uphill Red Bull Roots and Rolls section, there could be chaos through here.
But the first, you see the 10 coming through, then the brakes have to come on, riders starting to ride into the back of each other, and then the gaps start to appear. So this is the key section.
Blevins, last time he won a short track, of course, 2022 in Snowshoe, West Virginia, on a wet and cold day. Haverly on the left-hand side of your shot, doing a really good race here, Ollie. Just staying out of trouble, staying at the front, as we see some of the riders just getting caught up, bundled up in that rock section.
Yeah, Lukas Schwarzbauer getting a bit stalled up in that rock garden, and then he put the pressure on Gunnar Holmgren out the back. But it's the two Cannondale racers. 1-2, bit of team tactics. They could do again in slowing it up a little bit, letting Charlie Aldridge move up to the front as well.
Yep, Cannondale factory racing riders, they work really well as a pack, don't they? And Aldridge is often the engine room, drives things on, as we see Sam Gaze is off. Sam Gaze goes down, went for the big dive bomb move up the inside and ended up getting high-sided and spat off the bike. So the UCI World Cup overall points leader is down. Oh, it was a bold move. It involved a lot of speed, and it did not pay off for Sam Gaze. So that opens the door to Victor Koretsky, Lukas Schwarzbauer, Alan Haverly and Filippo Colombo in terms of the overall points chase. There is Gaze at the back, so he is back and rolling.
It's Matthias Cesaro, French champion, hitting the front.
Cathalon Ford, a team whose pits have been swamped all weekend long for autograph hunters searching for Sevilla Blanc. It's Filippo Colombo in the black helmet of Scott Schramm now having to go at the front.
And it's interesting, maybe there's going to be a bit of tactics between the two Scott riders.
In a right-hander, but at the front, Colombo and Andreasen knocking bells out of each other.
But the two Scott Schramm riders, and it's Lukas Schwarzbauer. It's
a technical problem for Lukas Schwarzbauer. He's dropped a chain right on one of the tight little punches. Disaster again in 2024 for Lukas Schwarzbauer. What does he have to do to get a break, this man?
What a nightmare.
Yeah, and the Bluetooth shifting as well, and they're not the easiest things to get the chain back on these bikes. Manages to get it going, turns her over. Lukas Schwarzbauer. First of all, Sam Gaze knocked out of this one, then Lukas Schwarzbauer. Andreasen leads the way from Koretsky, Schurter, Blevins, as they all come together again.
So tactical at the moment. Everyone is sit there, they want to be in that top 5. Ideally top 5 with a teammate as well at the moment, and getting this real scrap.
Oh, it's a massive smash. Furler down the order. And it's Blevins. Blevins tangling with Matis Azaro. The two of them go down. We saw Azaro rolling the dice in that corner in the last lap. Christopher Blevins, one of the big home favourites, out of this race now. The attrition rate is high in this one.
And it's Martin Blooms.
They take the bell to cross the line onto the final lap. as Martins Blooms, who now leads the race.
And some big elbows there between Nino and Koretsky.
This is it, the pace is set to go through the race. Blevins is still circulating. Blooms fancies taking his first ever UCI World Cup win today and is attacking the world champion Viktor Koretsky.
Nino following, Andreasen, Hafferly.
Andreasen still looking good here, as is Hafferly. He's been at the front all race long. And now it's the world champion, the UCI world champion, Viktor Koretsky, who starts turning the screw at the front list. Blooms has to respond to this in the red jersey.
And Martin Blooms just a little bit slower through the rocks. Just takes the pace off of Nino Schurter a bit, and Koretsky's now got big daylight.
Viktor Koretsky has launched a big attack here. It's early though, Ollie, it's early in the lap, but the UCI World Champion is full of confidence. Is he riding his way into the lead of the UCI World Cup overall, right here in front of our eyes at the penultimate round of the series?
He's got a long way to go, but he looks like he's full of riding at the moment. Nino not in a rush to go past Martin Blooms.
Martins Blooms, we know he has got horsepower for days. He needs to start tapping into it if he wants to peg back.
His long start, finish straight.
Viktor Koretsky on his way to another UCI Short-Track Cross-Country World Cup victory. Viktor Koretsky takes the win at Specialized. Home round behind him. It's going to be Andreasen and Alan Haverly, who rode a superb race, the two Cannondale factory racing riders. What a performance from Viktor Koretsky.
It was amazing. Yeah, it was my first race with Jumbo, and yeah, it was a lot of pleasure for me. And yeah, you know, it's always special when you wear this jersey. It's only for 1 year, so you need to enjoy it. And here, in front of a US crowd, it was super nice. They are always on fire, so I can't wait tomorrow.
Here's confirmation of those results then. Koretsky from Andreasen, from Alan Haverly, from Blooms, Schurter, Colombo, Vidari, Guerini, De Foimont, Notrom. Here is what it means then. Koretsky takes the lead by 154 points heading into the final round of the season from Sam Gaze. Then it's Alan Haverly, Filippo Colombo and Luca Schwarzbauer. Viktor Koretsky takes to the top step yet again in 2024, this time at the UCI Cross Country Short Track World Cup in Lake Placid, to put himself in pole position of the overall title race. He said he'd lost jerseys before this season and he didn't fancy losing another one.